seventh Sustainable Development Goal is affordable and clean energy. The aim of this goal is to ensure affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all people. Zambia's voluntary national review recognizes the importance of energy as a catalyst for economic growth, given the impact it has on all sectors of the economy. Some of the interventions for ensuring affordable and clean energy sources include enhancing generation, transmission, and distribution of electricity, enhancing strategic reserves and supply of petroleum products, promoting renewable and alternative energy, and improving electricity access to rural and peri-urban areas. In the first place, let's take a closer look at access to electricity. Zambia's voluntary national review notes that by 2018, 32.8% of the country had access to electricity, an increase from 27.9% recorded in 2013. Now, although this has been the case, it is important to note that there is still high inequality, given that only 8.1% of the population who are in rural areas have access to electricity. There is need to address this. Another important indicator linked to access to electricity is the proportion of the population with a primary reliance on clean fuels and technology. The National Review reveals that the proportion of the population which uses clean fuels and technology as a primary source of energy for cooking is very low. According to the United Nations, the use of inefficient fuels for cooking alone is estimated to cause over 4 million deaths annually, mainly among women and children. Therefore, it is imperative that in addition to providing universal access to electricity, Zambia be concerned with providing access to clean fuels and technologies for cooking, heating, and lighting. In the second place, let's take a look at electricity generation by source. Zambia remains heavily dependent on hydropower for electricity generation. In 2019, hydropower represented 80.6% of our electricity generation. Thermal was 10.1%, heavy fuel oil 3.6%, solar power 3%, and standby gas and diesel turbines at 2.8%. There is a need to increase investment in other energy sources because hydropower potential may gradually decline in the future as a result of seasonal rain patterns, long-term impacts of climate change, and increasing demand for water from other sources. This becomes even more of a concern when one considers that the demand for electricity has been growing at an average of 4% per annum, mainly due to increased economic activities in agriculture, manufacturing, and mining sectors. So on the one hand, the supply of Zambia's main source of electricity could become erratic as time passes, while on the other hand, there is a growing demand for electricity. If this is left unaddressed, the country could be in danger of failing to provide energy, let alone that which is affordable and clean. As government undergoes fiscal consolidation in response to high debt levels, it should look to increased investment in independent power producers to develop energy capacity. This approach offers the opportunity to meet increased demand in a way that protects fiscal spending and ultimately promotes long-term economic growth. Independent power producers offer a sustainable route to increased energy capacity across sub-Saharan Africa, where public and utility financing has traditionally been the largest source of investment in power generation. So, when it comes to an analysis of the seventh Sustainable Development Goal, although Zambia has made progress in access to electricity, when it comes to electricity generation by source, there is need for greater diversification.